Hi, I'm Matthew Pearson. Today I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Security Essentials. First thing you want to do is go to this website right here on the windowsmicrosoft.com and download it. You can also find this website by using Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever your search engine is, and search for Microsoft Security Essentials download. It's a free download. Come to this page, click on the download button. Depending upon which browser you use, you might be presented with a dialog down here or something else that pops up, but you want to save it to your desktop or wherever you like to save it. I usually save it to my desktop, and then once it saves it, then you can run it, or if you really just want to just click and go, you can hit run and it'll download it and run it from there. And then once you run it, it'll install itself and go out and update itself. And once it gets installed, then you'll have this interface right here, which is the Security Essentials interface. And in the Home tab right here, it shows you what your current configuration is, and you can also schedule a scan immediately if you like. And once it installs, it's going to want to go out, update its antivirus definitions, and then it's going to offer to do a scan right away. And it's a good idea. Just go ahead and do it. Do a scan. And if it doesn't, then go ahead and do one anyway. But don't do a quick scan. Do a full scan. Click on Scan Now and let it do its thing. It'll take it a while to go through. It'll scan your system and it may find something. If it does, it's going to recommend some actions to take, which could be to quarantine whatever it finds. The quarantine means it copies it off out of your system to where it's active into an inactive area and leaves it there so that it can be later analyzed by Microsoft's antivirus people. And I recommend doing that. And also when you install, if you have an option to allow feedback to be sent back to Microsoft, I highly recommend that too, because then they get more information quicker, higher volume, and they'll be able to adjust their antivirus definitions much more quickly, which will be beneficial to you. So that's a good idea. So periodically, this is set to it'll automatically update its own antivirus definitions on a daily basis. But if you want to force it to update, you can go to the Update tab, click on Update, it'll go out and get the next update that it can, if there is one. This tab here shows a history of what you've already scanned, and you can see it's got 3 items right here. It shows what's in quarantine, what items you've allowed to run when it caught something you said just ignore it, let it go on, and all items that have been detected. And this tab here is probably one of the more interesting ones. This is the Settings tab that you will use to configure it. And starting from the top, you can set your scan schedule, when you want to have your system scanned. And mine's got the default of quick scan, but I would go with the full scan. I mean, if you're going to scan, it's set for 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. I would do a full scan. Get it all done. Don't do a quick scan. You want to get it done. And see here, it says check for the latest virus and spyware definitions before running a scheduled scan. That's what you want to do. You want the latest right away. And start the scheduled scan only when your PC is not in use. And that's a good idea in case you're up late doing something. You don't want your system to be bogged down. And then it's got here, limit your CPU usage during scan to, you have a percentage range. So it really depends upon what you'll be doing, what your system might be doing at the time. If it's just going to be sitting there idle, I wouldn't leave it at 50%. I'd go 100%, just so it can get done that much more quickly. So once you get that set, that's how to set up your scan schedule. Then you can go to default actions, to what to do if it finds something. I recommend that you leave it just as is. It's going to take the recommended actions and do it, whatever it decides to do about what it finds. Next tab, real-time protection, make sure that's on. You want to scan things in real time. And these next tabs here, I would just leave them alone unless you're doing something like you'd be working with large Excel spreadsheets or something. You might want to exclude Excel spreadsheets here if you want to manually scan them, so they're not running automatically every time you open one, because it can take a long time. Other than that, I wouldn't play too much with the Advanced or the Maps tab, but in Advanced, there is this checkbox right here, create a system restore point. I recommend checking that. It'll take up some extra hard drive space, but you'll get a system restore point every time a scan is done. And that way, if something gets by, you can roll back over it by restoring to a previous system configuration, and in case the Microsoft Security Essentials can't get it or something like that. And another one I suggest, check that box so you can send samples automatically when further analysis is required. That's going to be really helpful to keep Microsoft Security Essentials up to date and working well for your system and for everybody else out there using it. So that's basically how I would configure Microsoft Security Essentials. Hit Save Changes and let it do its thing, and it'll automatically sit in the background and take care of your system for you. So that is how you use Microsoft Security Essentials. My name is Matt Pierce. Thanks for watching.